All right. Live, I think for the first time on a Sunday. I think I never streamed before on a Sunday. Let's quickly see. Sound is good. Check, check, check. Checkity, checkity, check. Yes, should be working. Cool. All right. So I'm going to clean a couple of frames for the little fan animation I'm doing. I shared before Ganbare Kickers fan animation. Excited for that, made some progress. I think it will be a lot of work, clean everything up and bring it to finished state. And I'm also going to see how long I'm going to, I wanted to make it. Let's see. But yeah, for now, let's clean up with what we have. And also doing a little animation from reference again, little football animation, and maybe some reactions on some animation and see what we could learn. Yeah, chill Sunday for me. I also hope you have a good day so far with that. Let's jump in. Cool. Let me share here my screen. Let's see which window we want to have open. So this is the reference I use for the first one. I shared the first sketch and animation also in the stream where we started here. And now I'm cleaning up things a little bit. So I did these 2 frames already. I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with it, but for now, I think something especially for this first animation that is a little bit longer, bring it to finished state, to just go through it and finish it, and super excited then. I'm already learning so much, and I will do a little analyze of my own animation and see what we can do better next time. But yeah, it's fun learning so much. I think that's always cool in like longer projects. Yeah. Hello, Hunter Brawl Stars. Cool that you're joining the stream. So I can quickly, before we jump in, share here. I'm not sure even if I shared the state right now, but what is happened so far with the animation where we are with the rough animation. So this is the current state. A little bit fast maybe here at the one or another point, but yeah, can play it again. So it's starting here. Gets the ball. This is super close to the opening animation. But yeah, there he's shooting the ball. And now it's time to clean up everything. Sketch the frames properly out. And probably something I'm going to add is also maybe a couple of shots before this scene and after this scene. But yeah, I think to bring this one to a finished state will be still a lot of work, and a little bit something to practice. Our goal is to make it a little bit look like this here, just in terms of style and colors. So yeah, will be a fun project. And now what we're going to do is clean up a couple of frames and making more progress here. So yeah, learning already a lot from it. So this comes here, this comes here. So yeah, one thing that's super important when cleaning up is I feel like that's always also why fan animations are a little bit more easy in the beginning. Because you always have some sheets of reference and you don't have like to create a character sheet in total like, for yourself and develop a whole character. Because when cleaning up, you have to make decisions where to place your final line, stuff like that. Yeah, and this right now, the state would be called like in if we want to call it like an anti-reproduction Genga, where we want to get more cleaner with our lines, but also then indicate where we have the shadow and highlights. So then with the final cleanup lines, we can easily use a bucket tool to color in everything and to save ourselves a little bit time at the end. And now I'm just decreasing here the opacity of this layer. Let me quickly see how much I want to bring it down and do the next one here. Yeah, if you have any question, let me know in the chat. And with that, let's jump in here. So I probably will do one frame, maybe two, and then go to the next animation where we do a little study or a little bit more loose animation, so we have a good mixture of animations we can do. So let's see. So this frame will be very similar to the one before. So for this frame, we can make things here a little bit bigger. I get here the right place to draw it bigger. And also something that's missing right here. It's like a simple background, but for this animation, I will keep the background a little bit more simple. And I'm going to decrease here a little bit the opacity from the layer below, because I don't need it that strong. And I'm just going back and forth. And also, really with cleaning up things is going back and forth, and also check, like, if you're happy with your frames, where do you want to make corrections? And yeah, then go frame by frame through it. Here just for the ball, little smear here. Let's see in the final line how strong we are going to do the smear. Maybe we need to stay a little bit consistent here with this shape here. think that's working better. Cool. And this can almost stay as it is. So just using the onion skin here. Like that. And yes, there will be a lot of frames to clean up, and this is even the not even the final one, but I think yeah, stuff like this is super beneficial also then to grow and get better as an animator, to bring things more to a finished state. Would say this is one of the main things also for me to to develop in the next months, to bring more animations to a finished state, to see where I'm at, what I can do better. I think I don't like this line here. Something more like this. Also not 100% happy with it, but okay for now. See what we're going to do here. Okay, we have to keep this as it is, because the leg is not moving too much, the right one. Looks okay. All right. Also adding here a little bit of smear. Maybe making things here a little bit bigger. And it's almost like meditating here. Hello Kiers, hello Sith, cool that you're joining. Curse is asking which software used for composition. Like in general, I'm using right now Clip Studio Paint. And I'm not using extra specific software for composition. I sketched before that a little storyboard out. But also in Clip Studio Paint. I feel like sometimes it can be cool to just do it with pen on paper. Because like you're also cool to do storyboard like traditional, so you can a little bit loose with experimenting ideas, but in the end do it like you want or the way you prefer. Cool. And now we have to sketch this one foot again out. So let's quickly look here at the reference. Maybe this one is okay as a reference. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Like foot, shoes, always a little nightmare to sketch out. But it is what it is. You have to do it if you want your characters to stand. But I feel like there are more easy things than that. Maybe something like that. Not perfect. Maybe like that. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. And here's also the questions, how much details you want to add then. This will depends on how you do it, save you time when cleaning up things and coloring things. And you want to find a good balance, I would say. On layer of detail, so it looks also cool. No, I was asking for editing software you use. I use like with which software I'm making my videos. Like for also for this animation, our general, I use Premiere Pro in combination with After Effects. And it depends then on the industry, which software you want to use. But Premiere Pro is in a lot of industries, also in advertising where I work in, is Premiere Pro. After Effects is like almost industry standard. I know also in anime production, After Effects is used a lot. Yeah, then you also have things like DaVinci Resolve or DaVinci, I think something called like that. That's super cool for editing colors. Yeah. But Premiere Pro is a cool software, especially with motion design stuff, special effects. That integration with also After Effects is a good combo. So yeah, I can recommend that. But if you don't want to spend any money, you can also use, like, it depends, like if you want to do editing or composition stuff, like for your animations, that's a different thing than, for example, editing videos, social media videos, stuff like that. Like for videos, social media videos, you can also, like, there are also free software out there, like CapCut, for example. Yeah. Hello, Edit. Cool that you're joining the stream. So we are in the middle of cleaning things here a little bit up. Some frames work better than others, but yeah, that's where we are. And something I'm going to do then for the final line is use the line tool, but for this stage, to get closer here, I think like that is okay. And we have to see a little bit here how much of the foot we want to have visible here. Maybe this is a little bit short. So let's make it a little bit bigger and bring it here. Maybe like that. And add here a little bit of shadow. Still not happy with these lines. Maybe like that. Cool. Cool. We could also work a little bit here on the fold. But for now, I think I will keep it for now like that. Or make it maybe like that. Or a little bit like that. Not sure. All right. So now let's create here the shadow line. Rename things. Line. Shadow line. This will be the color. and start here to place in the shadow lines. Cool, making progress step by step. Adit, have you tried using Genga layer templates? Not sure what you exactly mean. I have tried templates like from Dongchang. Yeah, but maybe you can write a little bit more what you mean with Genga layers templates. And you writing Sawyer stuff at Animation Cast. Super cool. I'm not sure, like, do you have the same username there? So probably if you shared stuff there or also had a look at it. Super cool. Everyday amazing stuff there. So let's continue here. Maybe placing shadow here. So I did a little bit the shadow like here, but simplified a little bit from the left side. Let's see if then with coloring, I'm happy with the placing of the shadow. I think it should be okay, but I feel like also especially like with deciding where the shadow goes, it's always like I'm just seeing right now here, for example, where I missed a little bit shadow here to add. So it's always, I feel like, a thing of concentration to establish everywhere the same shadow. And also we want to have some light here. Cool. Bring stuff here, down. This, I feel like, probably when playing, this feels okay, because like when playing this only, I feel like I'm holding them only on one, so it will be super fast, these frames. At the end, when you see them, you can't see like all the details where I'm right now spending. Like you can spend even more time on it and clean things even better up. But in general, yeah, these frames at the end are played super fast. So I feel like when you're playing it, it should feel right. But still, I feel like it feels a little bit stiff, that this lag here in comparison to the one before is almost the same. So yeah, just for learning, I would say it would be cool, because like these players are moving super fast, and I like it when you implement that in the animation. So just something for the future, or also something like when the closing is falling down, that you consider that also in the animation. So maybe I'm going to add that still before cleaning things up. But yeah, just some thoughts here on where it is right now. And I think that's generally good to also get better to yeah, analyze what you're doing, think about it. It's lighting my username, so yeah, maybe I saw it. Not sure, but I will have an eye on it. Crazy how many amazing animators are in there. So yeah, always blown away by the amazing work. So I'm using here my battery. Okay, reconnected. Alright, so let's add some shadow here. So probably this ball here right now will be more in shadow. So only this part here will lit. And with that, we go in here and add a little bit. So this one at the end, it's always fun to see that the Genga of animators looks so amazing, even if it's not like it's not visible in the final animation. Of course, it's super important, like for everyone who's working on it, to know exactly what to do, where to color, stuff like that. But it's not like that the Genga is the final artwork that is being shown. But I feel like there's always so much love and dedication to the frames and to the Genga. And sometimes even if you have these animation books, it's more fun to watch at the Genga or at the process and not at the final result. Yeah, feels sometimes like artworks for itself. That's always super cool to see. So this one will be also. I'm using like this brush here. I feel like it's not so practical because like always when I'm going over it, like it decreases a little bit how strong it applies the color. Probably you could turn it off here somewhere, but I like it because it feels a little bit more traditional, and it gives like this whole process here, or the process frames, a nice traditional touch. I feel like it makes everything a little bit more fun. But yeah, probably that's always something on your way learning animation. Try out new brushes, new tools. Always stay curious and experiment a little bit with things you're using. I feel like that's always a good mindset, let's call it like that. Even if the word mindset is a little bit burned, like from social media dudes who want to tell you how to have a like an alpha mindset. So applying here, is this always also something when applying here where at the end your shadow will be, where you can relax a little bit. And enjoy the process of animation here. Let's see if we have everything in color. Probably this one also in color here. Here the shadow color. All right. Then go back and forth to see if you have missed something. Looks okay. And then also quickly with a red line, go again here to where your shadow was, shadow line here. And let's do it quickly like that. Boop. And apply a little bit where you want to have some highlights here. Like that. Of course, at the end, let's see when it's coming to coloring. Maybe we have here some highlights too. Maybe here, maybe at the on the ball, I added here a little bit. So I'm a little bit more playful with that right now. And I don't want to get things too complex also, because I think we will already spend a lot of time finishing this one. Alright, let's see if we're doing also the next frame. Not sure about that. The next one would be this one here. I mean, we can do it. Okay, let's do one more. One more time. And let's go in here. Okay, this one is already probably just as a learning. I mean, with this one, I did it a little bit. Here, I cleaned things already a little bit more up, even for, like, I would say, rough animation phase. And I feel like this is something, because, like, if I established, or if I'm happy with the animation, I get a little bit lazy with things of going again top of it. And I feel like this one could be a little bit cleaned up better before then doing the things that I'm doing right now. But yeah, it depends also a little bit on the frame. I felt like to clean already up the face makes sense because I know already a little bit how the final look will be. But yeah, that's also something. Probably with the more animations you finish and the more experience you have, you know already like when to clean up things and how at which stage how detailed you want to have your rough animation. Yeah. All right, let's do this one here. And this is almost a similar one. Just that the ball here arrives at the foot. Okay, this now will go 4 hours until I find the circle I wanted. Maybe this one is okay for now. And now let's trick here a little bit. Cool. And also make corrections already from the layer before. This is too strong. That's okay for now. Maybe like that. And also maybe bring things here. Like that. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Things here a little bit too small. Maybe, let's see. We can make things here just a little bit bigger. Maybe like that. I also like here, these are just small details, but I like a little bit that the pad that the shin is protecting. To add it here a little bit, that it's going out. I feel like the more things like that make a drawing way more appealing. Like that. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. And then we would have still a little bit here. Let's see the end. What the shape will look like, something like that. So let's not place it completely in the middle. To have it a little bit more dynamic here. Something like that, I think for now is okay. And let's see if we want to have some text like this here. Looks okay. And at the end, like if we're playing it, this will be super fast. But yeah, nevertheless, that's the cool thing or the beautiful thing about animation. You only see the frames super short sometimes, but still you have to sketch them. Okay, now let's add again shadow. Shadow, go in here and add our shadow lines. Yeah, if you have any question, let me know. I think this whole animation here will be a great thing to push a little bit the current skills. And yeah, already learned so much from this animation. So no matter like at which stage you are on learning animation, always good to bring an animation to a finished stage, because then you get a little bit more to your boundaries, or like see where do you have hard times, and yeah, with that can make learn super good, and see like what do you want to learn next, where to set the focus on. Cool. And now again the fun here with adding a little bit the shadows, so we see where the shadow later then will be. Again, here doesn't have to be super clean. It's just now then later for when using the line tool and cleaning things up. To see where to place shadows. Where to place shadows. And these could be probably also sketched better in perspective here. But for this stage, and then also, I think we have to find a good balance here on how much details we want to add and making it realistic. So we're also going to, are able to finish this animation in this year. Not sure, I haven't set myself a deadline, but maybe, to finish it completely in like before September, I think would be cool. To then also learn from it, make another video maybe where we're going to analyze it, and then it's already starting the next project. Something definitely on my list is learning or practicing a little bit how to animate acting. Not sure like if any one of you already did something like that, but I feel like this is also super fun to get more into that and study a little bit emotions and how things like small things in the face changes to convey and animate acting and emotions. Also, I think a super fun topic. Can't wait to go into that. All right, we finished the first frames here. Let's also add shadow here. Like this. And with that, we have the first frames here. Let's see again. Increase opacity here. Animation row. How many frames we have to still add here? So we have this first one, now this one will be similar. And then, yeah, these will be all a little bit similar. Maybe here we have some variation because the character changes a little bit to the side. But in general, I think to bring this one to a little bit more finished state is already accomplished a lot with these first drawings. But yeah, still a couple more to go before we coming then to this one here and also this one. We also have to add more details, sketch the hair out, stuff like this. But yeah, it comes together step by step. Again, here the current state. And probably sometimes even the more faster animation of frames are faster to finish. But yeah, we still have a couple of frames there. And I think it will be also good learning on, at the end, how much time we needed to bring this here to a finished state. Cool! Fun session so far. Almost again an hour streaming. Time is flying. Hello, Aniket. Cool that you're joining the stream. So I was just showing again the state of animation, and these were the one that we finished today. To bring a little bit more here to a finished state before being able then to color them. Super fun. Cool. I still want to do a little fun animation before we're ending the stream. So this reference here, this little scene, and then also wanted to react a little bit animation. But I will do a quick break and then I will be back again for the last minutes of the stream. Maybe again we will stream today like half hour to 1 hour, so in total 2 hours. And yeah, if you have any question, let me know after the break. See you in a second. All right, everybody, back again. Quick sound test. Everybody. Sounds good. With that, let's jump in. So I had a quick snack here. Some water, and react to a couple of animations. Wanted to check this one out, but it's probably also sometimes a spoiler for you. And also this one. I'm not sure why, but I love to watch into Pokemon animations. It's just so much fun. I think to animate for Pokemon must be one of the most fun things you can do as an animator. Just so much fun. Probably because you're also a little bit, I would say, free in terms of proportion. Because you always have to focus and check and concentrate. Are the human body proportions right? But I feel like sometimes with Pokemon, you're a little bit more free to stretch things a little bit. You would think that in Pokemon animations, things are animated a little bit more simple. Go through this and have so many cool moments here. You could also learn from. Also this one here. Also the speed. Super dynamic poses here. The smear frame here. It's almost like more fun now to watch these than it was to watch these. Fun, crazy, super cool animation. Big fan. All right, and then sometimes I also like just to go on Sakugaburo and see a little bit the fun things you can explore there. Also here, how the ball is flying. Could be almost a little bit also some inspiration, like if you have any kind of ball animating, how the smear is added here. Like I like also that the line here is not super crisp, but you have like these little smear thick like this a little bit. So this is also super cool to see. Simulates a little bit motion blur. And then also that the ball here is a little bit here with squash and stretch, push together, and then gets big. Cool effects. Fun to watch. So, as I said, and even the older animations here always have these nostalgic vibes, but also so cool animated. And also like I liked super this frame here. Super cool to see. Like with these lines. I feel like also a lot of dedication only in this single frame here. But yeah, just for your future or takeaway, how to apply lines. Also super cool applied here. Like you have these shorter ones, but also a variation, and then here always this little longer one. And yeah, conveys a lot of dynamic. Cool. And also here to see the Genga. Also super cool. All right. With that, let's go into the animation here. And create a new layer. Horizontal like this. Put things here. Let's see how much we need to have to see from the reference and go in here and have some fun. Let's see. I think I'm going to do both characters. Like this. The other one is in the front. And let's have some fun here. Make things a little bit smaller. A little bit smaller. And in a second, when I finish this frame, I can of course also show you the whole frame or sequence we're going to animate. Let's see if we're going to do the whole sequence or only the beginning. Not sure yet. The ball is here. Maybe like that. So the whole sequence look like that. Quickly looking into it. See, let's make everything smaller for a second. So you see it. So we have some nice movement in here, especially this one could be super fun to animate. Let's see if we're doing everything, but that's a little bit the sequence. That we're going to do. So now this one. Sketching the arm out. Still getting, or slowly getting here the flow of how much detail we want to add. Maybe like that. And now he's moving more to the side. So this frame already getting a little bit into the groove here of the reference. To see also And let's bring things here a little bit up. Also, let's add some shadow here. I already like this frame here more, because we understand a little bit better what's happening. In comparison to the first one. But yeah, slowly getting there. So we have these two frames here. Next one. And here's a little bit the thing where you want to see, like, how many frames do you actually need? So he's going a little bit up here. And the arm is going a little bit more there. And maybe let's make this arm also going a little bit more on top here. Looks good. All right, and this leg here comes a little bit closer. So we have fix things here a little bit. Maybe like that. And now the other one. So this was our first one, then we had this one. And now we make this one here. So he's also going up. I think that's key. Going up here. Like this. Hands come here to the front. This one goes here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. This one has a little bit foreshortening, not too strong, but goes a little bit to the back. And I think we have to place him even a little bit higher. And now the thing when animating here, from reference or learning and doing it like this here to stay, have an eye on staying a little bit consistent here with your proportions. I think that's okay. And now the ball here will move slightly to the side. And things like this here will be in the front. Cool. So now we have this one. We could be a little bit lazy and don't change much from the defender before. But let's add up a little bit dynamic. So this arm goes even more up. Let's place it here. Maybe like that. He moves a little bit sideways. This comes down. This is only visible here. This arm goes here out. Cool. And we have him now here again going a little bit down. Like that. Maybe a little bit smaller again. A little bit smaller. Maybe like that, but a little bit down. And the ball will be here. Cool. So let's see the next one. Maybe not sure if we should add a couple of smears here. But probably we're going to change our yeah, adjust a little bit the timing when we establish a couple more of key positions. Hello, Nox045. Full username, how it's going. I'm gonna lurk just to support you a little bit. Super cool. Cool that you're joining the stream. It's going super good. It's also getting a little bit dark here. So let's make myself a little bit brighter. Things that should be fixed. A couple of things. Let's see. Make things a little bit brighter quickly. Like that. And yeah, everything good. Having fun animation. Worked a little bit on the Ganbare Kickers animation. And right now having fun with this little study here. This one is going to be a little bit more loose. And probably we're not finishing everything here today. Because already 1 hour 24 minutes streaming. The time always flies when animating. So let's go to the next one. Maybe this one. This one also looks fun. And let's see, maybe we're going for in the beginning, putting everything on 2s. And maybe I feel like also this one has a little bit more complex movements also. So you would have to add a couple more of important, or couple more of drawings so you understand actually what's happening here. Cool. So let's add this one there. A little bit here. But it's always cool to do these studies because you can be loose. You learn a lot about the movement. You get some animation practice in. And now this one is going here down. Like that. And the knee here now comes forward. Like that. And he's flying away. We have to have a little bit more stronger angle here, maybe like this. And maybe we're going to even add here a little smear. And this leg here. I feel like what's missing a little bit is to have the hip a little bit sketched out a little bit better. And probably again a little bit too big. So just making a little bit smaller, not too small. Let's see. Find a good balance here. And then like that. I think the knee here. Cool. And this leg now comes here. Also again, don't forget to add shadow. And we don't see the ball, but the ball is probably somewhere here. Like that. Probably this one is a little bit too big, just in comparison to the size. So let's make him a little bit smaller here. And yeah, if you see mistakes like that, just go in there, fix it. Especially in this rough phase here. I mean, that's why it's the reason you keep it so loose, because you can correct your mistakes quickly. Found you on TikTok, but unfortunately you do complicated animation for me. Looks cool, too complicated. Yeah, that's a good point, but I try at least to balance it a little bit, like the complexity of animations. But yeah, if you have like any specific topic you'd like to learn more about, let me know so I can cover it. And I also can do, I think that's a good idea to like if I'm streaming every week, to also, like if I have 1 or 2 streams, to also have 1 stream to cover a little bit fundamentals, because that's also the cool thing, no matter how experienced you are. And for me also myself, also learning a lot still about animation. You always can go back to the animation and talk about them, practice them, and still learn yourself, even like if you did animation for 80 years. So you never stop learning. But yeah, super cool. I will remember it, write it down, and we'll do a more fundamental animation stream. Maybe next week even. But then, of course, there are also yeah, a lot of animations of fundamentals you could cover. So let's see what are we going to do. So here's animation so far. And already by playing a little with the timing, everything gets a cool dynamic here. What are the best ways to learn effects animation? So I would say in general, like for every animation, learn from reference. Then also, like a game changer for effects animation is also using the lasso tool. So not sketching everything. So if you would have lightning, for example, not sketching like every lightning bolt here out, like that. Or if you would have like water dropping here, for example, like that, to not sketch the water out, but to use the lasso tool is a super cool way to create effects or lightning and stuff like that, and then just to fill it in. So a lot of animators, if you have an eye on it, are using the lasso tool to create a little bit their effects. And so you can create super fast your lightning or your effects with the lasso tool. So this was super rough right now, but in general, yeah, I can also make a tutorial on it. So using reference, look at other animators, watch tutorials. What else? And then take it step by step for effects animation. So maybe first, like learn how to animate fire or smoke. A lot in effects animation, you have this dynamic a little bit from the waving flag, where you have this S curve. That S curve gets to a C curve, and is then getting again to the S curve and then to a C curve, or like that. And you have that relationship also with lightning a lot. That would be your first one, and your second one would be going in the other direction. So these are also principles to have an eye on. Yeah, just couple of notes in terms of effects animation. But yeah, I also can do super cool input. Can share more tutorials also on that in the future. Alright, let's do here the next one. where things now get a little bit faster now. And let's have him here still on this position. Or let's let him move up a little bit. And one thing I want to check, like if we want to have him change body proportions here like that, or if we keep him down while the other character is moving more faster. Let's see the second. Probably this is already again too big. I think so, yes. So let's make it a little bit smaller. Again, a little bit too big. Let's see if this one would work like this. And now he takes a ball with him. I think I'm going to change a couple of things here to give it a little bit better dynamic here. And although I think this arm here is also crucial behind the body. This arm is crucial. Maybe like this. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. And maybe also a little bit smear here. Also something you could try out is also I like this effect here, where you're almost connecting your last two key positions with a smear. Can be also fun. Like that. So he's going to the side here. And then we want to have one a little bit sketched better out here. So in terms of, like this one was extremely push the smear, but here we're sketching a little bit the character more properly out here, so the eye can understand a little bit better what's happening. Like that. Cool, cool, cool. And let's see. Let's find the right angle here of his legs while he's running. And probably I think I will end the stream after this drawing, even if it's so much fun right now. 1 hour 40 minutes, I think it's a good time for today to end the stream. So yeah, again, time flies when animating. Super cool. I'm not so happy with this one, so I just do it again. And I feel like that's helping a lot of times. Like if you're not happy with one frame, just go again. Because you already, like your eye observed already one time the position. So you have a little bit more easier time the second try. And everything is also a little bit cleaner most of the time. Sometimes you also have a frame where you really need several attempts to get it right. But I feel like this one already feels better. And probably we can bring it a little bit more here. And let's see, maybe this one on twos here. Or let's see if we bring this one here, how that one looks. Feel like a little bit better. Cool. And quickly we sketch the ball. And again add here a little bit of shadow. And also the character. And I think for now let's keep it a little bit like that. We've sketched him before adding these positions. This one would be the next one. So in your reference you can also play a little bit with the timings you're implementing. Cool, looks fun. And I would say like things to take away here before we ending the stream. This is our first position. I would say like a cool thing is to have a little bit anticipation here in it, and that is a little bit like this is like a classic, I would say, football trick to play a little bit with your body weight and like bringing it in one direction so the opponent or the other player thinks you're going in that direction, but then you're going in the other direction. If you're observing football players, they're always like making like movements like that in the other direction, before then they finally decide like in which direction they're going. So he is even tricking to go into that direction, but then not doing it immediately, but taking another attempt to let this one here think or observe in which direction he goes finally. And then a little break here, and then he's going in that direction here. And I feel like, yeah, instead of having him immediately going in that direction, so that little anticipation also with the arms gives it a cool dynamic also to have this arm movement here. Yeah, it's a nice touch here to make the animation a little bit more dynamic. Also, the slower movements we placed here on threes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we have that contrast from placing the frames on threes and then on ones where things get faster and we implement the smear. With that, yeah, we create a little bit a cooler dynamic here in the animation. And then also, I like also this kind of smear frame where we have this position here and this position. And in between that, you have a smear frame that goes from this end here, from this end of the head and starting where this head was. So you're connecting a little bit this head and this head with a smear frame. And this can also give it like a nice simulation of motion blur, especially when things are getting fast. And you could almost do the same thing also with the ball, where you're connecting this ball and this ball, like in between with the smear frame here, like this. Yeah, cool things you could try out in the future. With that, we're going to finish the stream here. 1 hour 45 minutes. Thanks everyone who joined the stream, who watched. Fun animation day. First time streaming on the Sunday. Let's see when will be the next time. I'm also trying to, or was thinking about to implement maybe a streaming schedule, so you know always when I'm live and when I'm animating, and also shared in my stories, for example, on Instagram. Let's see. It's a little bit difficult to next to my full-time job, because I'm not. Yeah, I can't plan every week the same. But let's see. I will keep you posted if I have updates there. And also, yeah, the animation today to clean out a couple of frames today was also fun, making progress here. And yeah, can't wait to bring this whole animation here more to a finished state. Super fun. And maybe also next week we will have a stream where we cover a little bit fundamentals, even if it's like a little block of 15 or 20 minutes. I think it will be cool for you if I cover also a little bit fundamentals, like Nox was asking, but also for me to practice things. You never can practice enough fundamentals. All right, with that, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I will share also later, maybe in 1 hour, let's see, another short video on TikTok, Reel on Instagram, wherever you are watching. Santiago as well. The timing looks good. Great job so far. Thank you so much. Can't wait to bring it more to a finished state, but that more in the next week. With that, see you in the next stream.